Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today's video is very interesting from the point of view that Mr. Warren Buffett has decided to take indirect ownership in the crypto world of different cryptocurrencies. How? I will explain it to you in today's video. This is very important video from the simple point of view that if big investors like Mr. Warren Buffett is taking positions in cryptos now, should you as a retail investor increase your crypto holding? Should you wait? Should you monitor the situation? Why has he taken positions in crypto world? How exactly has he taken it? I will do the complete analysis. I will do it as a fact-based discussion. Now I know that I will get a lot of heat on this video. There will be a lot of people who will say that, you know what, Akshat, you're wrong about this, that. I'm just giving and sharing all the facts. This is not my personal judgments on anyone's investment style. So with that piece of disclaimer out of the way, let us understand three simple points. Number one, has Mr. Buffett really invested in cryptocurrencies? Number two, why is it that big investors are now taking positions in cryptocurrencies? Three, as a retail investor, how you should process this news and reorganize your investing style. Should you invest more? Should you invest less? What is it that you should be precisely doing? So let me first and foremost take you to my Twitter account and help you demystify the news. So Mr. Warren Buffett has invested $1 billion in a bank called as Neobank. It's a neobank, right? So neobank basically are new age banks. There are a lot of neobanks in India also. The important point to note is that this new bank is currently valued at roughly $41 billion. So it's a very big bank, and Berkshire Hathaway, which is an investment firm, it has decided to invest $1 billion. It is not a small amount. And who is the CEO owner of Berkshire Hathaway? It is Mr. Warren Buffett. You can see it on my screen. Now, you might ask me that, Akshat, this new bank is a neobank. So why are you saying that it's a crypto bank? Let me show you the news. The source is CNBC. So essentially, you will quickly see that Berkshire Hathaway has invested $1 billion in Brazil's largest fintech bank focused on cryptocurrencies. Now, this investment has been made in two specific tranches. So one, it was done in June of 2021. And please note this date down. This is a very important date. You will understand that subsequently on the video. So $500 million were invested in June of 2021. And then another $250 million were invested in December of 2021. So very recently. Now you will say that, Akshat, I have been reading about Mr. Warren Buffett's philosophy on cryptocurrency, plus I'm reading about Mr. Charlie Munger's philosophy on cryptocurrency, and it doesn't sound nice, right? So these are the things that they have said, and this is pretty much open in the public. So I will not repeat this. This is something that all of us know. And the objective of this video is not for me to say bad things about these legendary investors. It is just their viewpoint. We are very much entitled to any investor to have their own viewpoint. And we as even basic investors are also entitled to our opinions. So with that viewpoint, let us put our analytical hat on and try to see, is this really a change of heart that Mr. Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger are having? Or is there something more at play? So let us start getting into the details of this investment. So basically what has happened is that this neobank runs an investment unit called as New Invest. Right? So this is an investment arm because Neobank is a conventional startup, so to say. It must be working with the regulatory bodies, and given the amount of regulation that happens in the crypto space, they run their crypto investment through a company called as New Invest. Now, Neobank also acquired another company called as Easy Invest, which is offering Bitcoin ETFs since June of 2021. Now, this date must be sounding very familiar because this is the same month when Berkshire Hathaway made its first investment in this company called as Neobank. Now, please don't make the argument that Mr. Warren Buffett would not have known this bank is going to go and build its business in the cryptocurrency space also. Now, the source for this piece of news can be checked on Forbes and Reuters, and you can go and fact check this. Now you'll say, Akshat, you are just unnecessarily creating conspiracy theories because this is a neobank. This is a proper business and it might have two parts. One would be crypto part and one would be non-crypto part, because that is how a neobank would operate. So great, you have pointed out to the fact that this particular firm is invested in crypto and Mr. Warren Buffett has invested here. So indirectly, he is into crypto business. Fine, makes sense. But what if this part of the business is only, let's say, 5% and rest 95% is here? And therefore, he would have invested in this particular arm and by default, he ended up investing in this arm. Yes, very valid argument. Now, there is no avenue for us to fact check this because the revenues of this neobank can be lumped into trading, investing, new products, etc. Therefore, they have lumped all their revenue numbers together. So that is what they have done. But having said this, it is very easy to figure out the focus of a particular company. So for that, let us try to understand what's Neobank's focus area has been, and if crypto turns out to be one of the focus areas, and any major investor who owns more than 2.5% 1.5% equity in any company of this size would obviously understand that focus and would be investing in that particular company if that focus aligns. So let us quickly understand these basic points. Now, the investment arm of New Bank, which is called as New Invest, works with a company called as QR Management, which launches different types of crypto ETFs. This is a very important point. And they are not launching some random crypto ETFs. These are some of the biggest crypto ETFs that have been launched in the Latin American market. So let me show you this piece of news also. It is covered by Forbes, which is dated in March of 2021. So this particular Brazil-based company called as QR Capital received approvals from Brazilian SEC to list exchange-traded firms composed solely of Bitcoin. The ETF is first 100% BTC ETF to be approved anywhere in Latin America. It is first of its kind. And fourth to be approved in G20 countries. So this is not some random ETF that, hey, small amount, done. This is literally the flagship projects of the company. And please check the date. This is March 2021. This is before the time Berkshire Hathaway made its even first tranche of investment. They knew at the time of making investment that this company is going to focus on launching more crypto ETFs. They still decided to invest in it. And this was just the first tranche. The second tranche of money came in very, very recently in 2022. So now you'll say that, Akshat, okay, fine, just one ETF launch. What's a big deal? Why are you creating like so much ruckus? Okay, so let me show you some recent developments also of this particular company. So here is a piece of news dated 8th Feb 2022. This was when the second tranche of money from Berkshire Hathaway came into this particular company. The firm with which New Bank works, it launched another first local DeFi based ETF. It is called as QDeFi 11 and it composes of cryptos like this and this. So this again is a game changing ETF and this clearly shows that this is one of the key focus areas for New Bank to grow its business subsequently in the future. Now you'll say, Akshat, these are just your opinions. 2 ETFs launched. Okay, fine. You know what? Still not convinced. Okay, so this is what Yahoo Finance says, that Berkshire's exposure to cryptocurrencies has been increasing through its investments in traditional banks as more banks offer services in newfangled fintech products. What it is simply saying is that, for example, Berkshire Hathaway owns a little bit of JP Morgan Chase. Now, because JP Morgan is getting into a bunch of other crypto related projects, through that indirect ownership, Berkshire is building more and more positions in the crypto space. Now, this is something that I completely understand because Berkshire Hathaway is an old owner of JP Morgan Chase. If by default bank makes a new move and Berkshire decides not to sell its holding, it is fine. It makes sense. Here, when we are analyzing the case of New Bank, the focus is absolutely clear and the timing of the investment really makes you think that is Berkshire Hathaway really against cryptocurrencies, because here they knew that, hey, it's a new investment for us. They are into cryptos. They are launching Latin America's first Bitcoin based ETF and you're still going after those firms. And after your second tranche of investment, they build even more positions in the crypto space. So this entire move should definitely push you to investigate this at a slightly more detailed level. So I made this post on social media and people asked me a couple of questions. So let me very quickly reply. So the first question is that he probably did not know. Managers might have acted in bad spirit and Mr. Warren Buffett did not even know. Now, I don't know the internal dynamics, but it would be really difficult for me to ascertain that a major player like Mr. Warren Buffett would not know that his company is making $1 billion worth of investment in a bank which is invested into cryptos. So this argument does not deem fit from that particular perspective. It is like saying that, you can't ever blame the CEO or top management if something goes bad in the factory floor. That factory floor worker might have suffered an accident. Why? Because of the systems and processes that were built by the CEO or COO. So by that logic, you can never blame the CEO or COO of a company ever. You can blame everything to middle management and lower management. So that argument is not correct. Second key thing that is brought up is that he's buying a business. He's not buying a crypto. Okay. What is the business made of? I am saying substantial part, not the entire part, is built of crypto. If that 20%, 30% part, we don't know how much part is that, but going forward, it is likely that it might even become 50, 60% of New Bank's business. If that part you do not believe in fundamentally, why would you go and invest? And this part, this ETF business of New Bank will only grow if the crypto market is growing. If the crypto market is not growing, then your investment in that particular company will also not grow. So here, the underlying asset is the crypto market itself. If the crypto market is not growing, then investing in a crypto business or a business that has substantial exposure to cryptos will not make any sense. So now comes the second part of our conversation, that why is it that these big players are taking positions in the crypto markets now? There are 3 specific reasons for that. So let me explain it very, very quickly. The first reason is that it's the fear of missing out. Now, here is what JP Morgan is doing in the crypto world. And if you're listening to commentary of Jamie Dimon, he was extremely against crypto. Now, his own bank has created a virtual lounge in Decentraland, which is a metaverse. Now, interestingly, as a visitor, you are greeted by a digital portrait of Jamie Dimon and a roaming tiger when you go on that particular metaverse. Now, this is such an oxymoron. So the word of the day is oxymoron. Let me know what does that mean. But the point is that all these big names have changed their positions. In the past, a lot of billionaire investors like Mr. Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Ray Dalio have also changed their positions about crypto investments. But coming to the point, from an institutional investing perspective, for example, Berkshire Hathaway is an institutional investor. If it is not investing in cryptocurrencies directly or indirectly, it will lose the race. It will lose the steam because they are giving up on an entire asset class. And no sensible investor in the world is giving up on entire asset classes. The second key reason, and I can prove it with some numbers, and the reason is this, that major institutional money is coming in the crypto world. For example, the crypto themed fund witnessed record inflow of $9.3 billion in 2021, a 36% increase over 2020. Right now, the crypto market is down, similar to the way mutual fund industry is down. As mutual fund industry picks up, as the crypto market picks up, as stocks pick up, this AUM is going to grow. That gives access to more funds to these institutional investors, and they will start taking positions in more companies like Nubank. Now, the third and final reason is that the US regulations have become slightly more favorable over time. Now, will it definitely stay favorable? I don't know. I am not a future predictor. But the point is that as of now, be it the case of XRP Ripple, be it the case with Coinbase, be it the case with SEC, all these cases have not been finding their proper conclusion, so to say. So there is no clarity per se, but so far the stand has been soft. On top of that, many of the US regulators, especially in Miami, where the entire NFT market has grown, close to 40 to 50% US voters have some form of cryptocurrency or exposure to some form of cryptocurrencies. So all these different changes in the US are making US a major enabler in terms of driving this crypto movement. Will they put a break? We can't say for sure, which brings us to the third part of the video, that if you are an investor in crypto or you are thinking to invest in crypto, what is it that you should know? Number one scenario is the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario means that if all the countries in the world come together in unanimity and decide to put a ban on cryptocurrencies, then yes, the crypto market is doomed. But tell me like one issue, including climate change, on which all the countries have put the joint foot forward. They have not even done that on climate change. So international relationship does not work like that. There are countries like North Korea, which are still being run by dictators and the world does nothing. Same is the case with Russia and Ukraine. At one point in time, Russia convinced Ukraine to give up on its nuclear arsenal. And in return, Russia will provide protection on Ukraine. Now look at what is happening with Russia and Ukraine. And the world is not doing anything on that. So the bottom line is that world acting in consortium together is the most difficult thing on earth, and that does not work. And US knows it. They also understand that if, like China, if US puts a blanket ban on cryptocurrencies, the entire crypto world will move to some other place because it is highly decentralized. It will not take time for all these crypto holders to move to a new location. Second come a moderate case. What we are currently witnessing is a moderate case, that the status quo or the existing systems maintain, that a lot of countries, including India, no clarity on crypto. Similarly, US, somewhat positive clarity on crypto, and bunch of other different countries going through their own series of regulations. They maintain the status quo. They don't do anything. They just keep on postponing the decision on cryptos. In that scenario, also the crypto market will grow. Why? Because till now the crypto market is growing without regulatory support per se, and it will automatically keep on growing. So whatever investment you have made, hopefully that will also grow. Third will be a positive scenario. In positive scenario, what is going to happen is that companies like Berkshire Hathaway, even major critics like Mr. Charlie Munger or Mr. Warren Buffett are going to jump on the crypto bandwagon. And that is when flipping will happen and the market cap of cryptos is likely to grow from $3 trillion to a lot of $1 trillion. I don't know how many, but it will definitely multiply. Why is that? Because crypto is probably the only asset in the world where retail investors got first and institutional investors have just started to come in from last year. If this trend continues, there is absolutely no reason why cryptos will not at least 10x from here. So what you and I as sensible investors should be doing, should we be selling our house and putting all our money in cryptos? The answer is absolutely not. You should not be taking so much risk because regulatory clearances are not there. But having said this, like any sensible investor, you should be taking little bit of positions in cryptos, especially the good ones, depending on your risk appetite. So this was an honest discussion with you about the entire scenario that is being played out. Let me know in the comment box. Do you think that the crypto market is going to go to the moon or will it fall very badly? I would love to read your suggestions. Give it a thumbs up and I will see you tomorrow.